Hello bros, I'm Sakura BroFive production, and next part, Sakura MMO 3. So Neve is possessed, or she doesn't have any free will. Those eyes says everything. Neve's eyes look strangely empty, like stones, and her lips are pursed. Can this mirror really be that powerful? Neve's fingers reach out for the mirror, then brush against the glass, and she flinches. Actually, yesterday was actually the first Sakura MMO episode uploaded. So it was a year ago since I did the first Sakura MMO episode, and then not the MMO 3, but MMO 1. It feels like ice. Is that also part of the magic? I swallow. A bad feeling is bubbling up inside my chest. Neve, don't look into that mirror any longer. But my warning comes too late. For once, Neve doesn't heed my words. She doesn't even turn her head to look at me. She's completely entrapped by the mirror. Do you like this mirror, my little maid? Are you drawn to it? That's right. It has a strange, curious power. It feels like it's sucking me in. Good, that's what it's supposed to do. It calls out to you desperate girls like you who've been hiding the true feeling for far too long. Finally, you can be honest with yourself. You can feel what you want, think what you want, say what you want, and nobody will judge you. Nobody? That's right. Ignore everything else. Let the world shrink around you. Right now it's just you and the mirror. Let the mirror consume you. Let it devour your aching, agonized heart. Neve, no! I don't know what that mirror is, but it's doing something fishy to Neve. Astutely put as always. We need to stop it from hurting her. Let's destroy it. Theon takes two of the daggers from her belt and hurls them through the air with deadly precision. I think she means to shatter the mirror with her blades, but... as if I would let you destroy the fruits of my hard labor so easily. Theon's daggers never managed to make it through the mirror. The daggers pause in midair, seemingly with nothing, and then fall to the ground with the two dull clangs. Theon stares at the deflected daggers, her eyes wide. Huh? It didn't work. Then again, Theon draws two more daggers from her belt, but I stop her before she can throw them. It's no use. But save your projectiles. You won't be able to reach Neve now. How do you know? Nothing impossible until we try. No, it's obvious. We might have had a chance once, but we lost it. The goddess will be using some kind of spell to protect the mirror. It's important to her, so it stands to reason she wouldn't let us harm it with physical attacks. Oh, I see. I should have known. That makes sense, but... Neve, she must be trapped inside the barrier, too. That's right. My maid is encased with that invisible, impenetrable wall of magic, and now it's too late to get her out. Neve's in trouble, and I can't help her. Theon's daggers were incapable of breaking the barrier, but perhaps my magic could do the trick. But Neve is still encased inside the barrier. I'm sure I could break it down, but I don't want to hurt her. Oh, are you squirming, great dark witch? How very unfortunate, and you thought you could march your way down to my lair and defeat me with sheer brute force. How naive you were. How foolish. How very childish. But what more can be expected of a band of girls who want to save the world? The time for playing and being a hero is over. Now why don't the three of you learn how to behave yourselves? Just sit back and enjoy the show. Iona waves one hand, and all of a sudden I feel an immense pressure pushing down on my back. It feels like the air itself has turned into a physical mass. It makes me sit, though I don't want to. I can't obey this woman's wishes. Nobody can tell me, the great dog witch Viola, what to do. It's not possible. My pride won't allow it, and yet my body is moving on its own. I can't fight it. My legs are bending. I try to fight against my rebellious body, which is moving on autopilot, but nothing happens. My body won't listen to me. There. Now you're sitting like good little girls. The spectacle can finally begin. Look at your charming maid now. She has a pretty face, but I can see there's a lot of untapped anger and resentment welling up inside her. She has a short temper despite her nice manners, and if given enough of a push, she explodes like a powder keg. Now, doesn't that sound amusing to watch? What in the world are you blabbering about? He would never, ever turn against us. Sure, she might be kind of haughty, and she didn't like me all that much when we first met, but we've been on so many adventures together now. We're friends, and friends never betray one another. Our bonds are too strong. That's what you may think, you endearing little optimist. But my mirror can see past all that. Friendship, camaraderie, and even love. None of it is constant, it's all immutable. People's feelings change, and perhaps Neve was bottling up more complex feelings than you might imagine. That being the case, my mirror will soon cut through her defenses. It will strip the flesh from her body, metaphorically speaking, of course, and show you what lies beneath her facade. Now, Neve. Iona turns to my maid, and one leg crossed over the other, and smiles thinly. You suffered a lot in your life, haven't you, you poor thing? Suffered. That's right. I know all that you have suffered, for my mirror shows me clearly. You were born as a darkling in the world which discriminates against our kind. All your life you've been mocked and insulted. But that wasn't the worst of your pain. Your family was poor, and your parents had too many mouths to feed. You often went hungry in your childhood, but you couldn't complain because your parents were toiling so hard to support you. You worked demanding jobs from an early age, hoping to scrounge together enough coins to feed your family, but it wasn't enough. During a particularly harsh cold winter, 2 of your young siblings died, though you did your best to nurse them while your parents were busy working. No matter how hard you worked, you couldn't provide for your family. At least until you met Viola. That was when your fortune changed. For the better, you assumed. She heard of your plight, and she took you in as her maid. Finally, you could afford to look after your family. Your earnings saved them from debt and poverty. It was a happy ending to your years of strife and misery. At least that is what you told yourself, but your heart said another thing. You were forced into servitude as a mere maid. You had to beg to scrape for a living before a human woman. Your pride as a darkling was hurt. Your sense of self-worth was ruined. You had tried so hard to be self-sustaining, but now you were your own. Now you owe your family's happiness to this one woman who could take everything away with a snap of her fingers. You know your current position was unstable. You could risk losing it, so you tried to work harder than ever before. You pushed yourself to the limit even though you risked making yourself ill. You worked and worked and worked, desperate to prove yourself and to ensure your position. You told yourself that you loved Viola for her kindness, but on the inside you were beginning to despise her. No, not only that, you hated her. You hated her even as over time Viola became kinder to you and gentler, and found feelings begin to blossom inside your heart. You fell in love with your mistress, but how can such a love truly flourish between a slave and her owner? Perhaps that was just your delusion to make burden servitude sting less. But your resentment continued to fester, and you had no outlet for it. Serving Viola for too long has warped you. You're violent, unstable, jealous, paranoid, obsessive, afraid. You're sick. I'm sick? That's right. You made yourself ill, but it's not your fault. It's all because of Viola. She's the one that you love more than anybody, and she is the person you hate. She is the reason why you are hurt, and perhaps it is time you return the favor. What do you mean? The end of the world is night. Soon Aspa will be razed to the ground and Viola will be gone. You never have to face the consequences for your actions. You can do and say what you want without guilt, without fear. You can finally break free from your mistress and be your own person. I can be myself. That's right. You can finally live unfettered and free. Take your revenge on those who have wronged you, just as I will take revenge on Aspa. Take and then join me. The world may wither away, but if you remain by my side, I will offer you my protection. Be my princess, Neil. Let us create a brand new world together, erasing the rotten world which came before it. It will be a world without humans and without prejudice, populated only by darklings like ourselves. I will always be there for you, and I will make you happy. I promise. Happiness. I can be happy. That's right, you can be happy. At long last, without any lingering regrets and feelings of guilt. All you need to do is kill Viola. No, that's wrong. She's tricking you, Neve. That's obviously a lie. Fume calls out to me, but my maid doesn't even blink. She's so wrapped up in the goddess deceptive words, I don't know if she can listen to reason now. I won't have to suffer. I swear it. I will be free. Indeed. I see. Then, if that's the case... Neve takes a series of slow, shambling steps towards me. Wisps of dark magic begin to gather around her fingers like gloves. The magic crackles in the air ominously. Is she really going to do it? Does she mean to kill me? Neve, what are you doing? That ain't gonna work. Killing Viola won't make you happy. Neve, please reconsider. You're being a manipulator. Can't you see that this is isn't what you want? If you were in your right mind, you never do this. Sure, you can be kind of scary, and I know you have a short temper, but you never raise your hands against Viola. Feels right. You have to stop before you do something you regret. But Neve isn't listening. The impassioned pleas bounce off her like water from a duck's back. She takes another step forward and the maid's dress fluttering. I always thought the dress was cute, but perhaps Neve didn't see as such. Maybe she saw it as a symbol of her own captivity. Nee, please don't hurt Viola. If not her, then for you. When you realize what you've done, you never forgive yourself. Neve doesn't respond. She walks past Theon without sparing her a glance. Damn it! Viola, you got to talk to her. She won't listen to us, but maybe she'll listen to you. That's right, you might be able to get through to her, even if your voices can't. You've always been the most important person to Neve. She loves and respects you above all else. You could stop her if you wanted. I'm sure you could. I could stop her. They may be right. Neve loves me. She cares for me. In that case, perhaps I'll be able to undo the curse that the goddess has inflicted upon her. If anybody can, it's me. Neve, please reconsider. I know you don't want to do this. This is who you really are. The evil goddess is addling your mind. You aren't in your right senses. Now, still your hand. I know you better than anybody, and you would never want to harm your mistress. He pauses, perhaps moved by the emotional intrepidity, but nonsense. Do you see the truth behind the words now, Neve? Even at a time like this, after hearing all the pain and grief you harbored within your heart, this woman still thinks she can command you. She doesn't see you as a true equal. To her, you're the only... You will only ever be a disposable plaything. No, that's not it. That is isn't how I see Neve at all. Oh, really? Then why do you persist on giving her commands? If you really cared for her, you would let her make her own decision. But you do not. You have never once cared about anybody's feeling other than your own. But that's not right. How dare you say I'm the one controlling Neve when you are the one who poisoned her mind with all these lies? You brainwashed her. Oh my, is that really what you think? Auna tuts and shakes her head. Then it seems you're denser than I thought. What do you mean? Nothing I said was a lie, Viola. All the pain, hurt, and anguish. Those feelings really do exist within Neve's heart. I saw it all in the clear detail thanks to my enchanted mirror. She has been screaming in agony for months, torn between many different directions. And you never even noticed. No, that can't be. But it is. Neve has finally laid her heart bare to you, but you refuse to accept it. Some mistress you are. It's a little wonder Neve has grown so tired of you. That's right, I'm tired. Neve stands over me, her eyes glassy, her fingers twitching at her sides. Her shadow stretches out across the ground, almost seeming to engulf me. Her expression, it's devoid of any love and compassion, any emotion. Neve really has become a husk of her former self. My Neve, my maid. And I thought she belonged to me, but maybe Iona is right. I have been taking Neve for granted, and now it's time to pay the price. You don't understand my feelings for her. You never understood. Neve, please. No, it's too late to beg. I will not let you sway me. The goddess is right. She has seen inside my heart, and though I love you, Viola, I don't love you enough to take orders from you for the rest of my life. I want to be my own person. I want to seize happiness with my own hands. And so, in the end... Neve. No, Neve, wait. Goodbye, Viola. It was fun, while it lasted. Thank you. Let's meet again in another world, in the next life. Maybe we'll be happier then. Neve holds out her hand. Dark energy gathers in her palm. It condenses, rattling and twitching like something alive, and then burn. After that, I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. My mind feels slow and sluggish. It takes a few moments for reality to finally hit me. I've lost. It really is the worst possible ending. I just wish, in the end, the one who defeated me hadn't been her. I thought she loved me. I cared for her, so what did I do wrong? Peace at last. Now that my underworld has been rid of those obnoxious pests, I get my feet, a small smile on my face, and walk towards my new acolyte. Okay, now we apparently are the goddess. Okay. Neve. I've been whispering to her from the shadows for a long time, hoping that she would join my cause. We're both darklings, or species are evil through aspect. But that's not the only reason why I reached out to her. We've both been hurt too. I was betrayed by my husband Aaron, though he pledged undying love to me. He ran off into the arms of another woman, my own apprentice no less. I never forgive him for that. I never forget what he did. Neve likewise has conflicting feelings about her mistress. Well, ex-mistress should I say. She won't be bothering us any longer. And neither will that thief or that knight. They're gone now and they'll never come back. Though Neve loved Viola, she has hated being her servant. She wanted to be her mistress' equal, so she badly that pushed herself to the limit. She worked too hard, eager to prove her usefulness. And in the end, she couldn't cope with that strain. She snapped. Love drove Neve mad, just like it did me. In the end, we're not that dissimilar. She reminds me a lot of myself. I wonder if that's why I feel such a strong connection to her. Oh. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Because something is strange, I'm sure of that, but that was all I have for Sakura MMO 3 this time. So hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye!